Got 2 Links, an old man, and a Samus.
This is round 2 lower bracket game. There's 5 of those left. We actually had a game just get played. It was off screen because I didn't have time for 3 matches today. I don't know if the other match later tonight is going to happen or not though. It might. Problems IRL and Spoody Biscuit versus Solsky and Bentizi. I think they're playing right now as well. Like, I had to host one of these matches. This lower bracket round 2 match really needed to happen, so I hosted that one. Someone else just played. Who was it? Let me see. It was Flip 714 and player 2 versus Fayane and Vasco's. Flip and player 2 won. They're in round 4 now.
And those open games going. I think part of Zarby's screen is getting cut off right now, though.
Yeah, I'll fix it. It'll be easier to see in game. 3, 2, 1, begin.
Begin. Haven. Haven there.
Begin. Now we're off. I'll be running the tracker for a Parisian player. He doesn't like to run one. I agreed to do that for anybody who didn't want to do that, so.
Gloves are right off the bat.
Got the Titan mitts. Power gloves, I mean.
Finding that early.
Took me a minute to find them on my tracker. There they are. Still a standard seed because they're still in round 2 technically. IO Cav in a couple seconds, but I'm not too worried about it. You started late. There are 38 teams.
Titan mitts.
In the Titan mitts.
Jeez.
There are 38 teams in this thing. A couple of them dropped out, but teams of 2, so 70 plus matches total. We're actually, despite round 2 not being done yet, we're further along than you think, as I'm queuing up, like, game 59 is ready to go. Like, we have a random assortment of games. We haven't actually played 50 games, but we're pretty close. We're in the 40s, I think.
Yep.
We've played something between 35 to 40 games, basically. It's hard to tell exactly how many I've played without counting.
Yeah, because there were a bunch off stream as well.
I think we played about 40. So we still have a little ways to go. It is double elimination, so, you know, it should have been, or it would have been like 38. Instead, it's doubled.
The nice thing is that the later matches should ideally take less time because they'll be like the best players doing it.
Well, it depends on the seed.
Oh yeah, but still, like, generally, you won't have issues where it's like one person they forgot, like a basic thing. That won't be happening in higher levels, hopefully.
I've been pretty happy with the way people are playing. I haven't really seen any drastic mistakes. Not like run-ending mistakes. Only a couple times have we seen a team not, like, be able to figure out what to do.
Yeah. Zelda's been keeping bees.
This looks a little better than last time I played it. Graphical update.
I think it's because they're using the Super Nintendo port of the original.
What a good game.
Classic.
It's always nice to see a game like that be finishable. They did miss a dungeon though. Talking about the the NES version of Link to the Past.
Mhm.
So with
Well, it
Titan
was the
Mitts,
NES. There's not as much space there.
with Titan Mitts, they'll be able to go quite a few places. As soon as they find the Moon Pearl, they'll already have access to the whole wide world.
Yep.
Titan Mitts is it's kind of annoying without the hammer because you only have one entrance point and it's not ideal. It's a good starting point, but it's not the kind of place you want to go back to 100 times.
Looks like Caven found some bombs. So did Zarby. Did New Life? I can't tell. Oh, there's an 8-bomb drop for Parisian. Everybody's got lots of bombs now.
Bombs. All we got so far is the Titan Mitts. Can't complain about that though, and some bombs. Of course, we have the sword because we're still playing on standard for these guys. See what's in the escape. Parisian's the first one there. Could be some good stuff. 20 cents. There's the boots.
Pretty good start.
This is going to be a very fast run, looks like. Barring
like
disasters. But even if they have to 100% the game, it's still not going to take as long as it could. Starting with the boots is really nice, and the Titan Smith's going to let them access a whole lot without having to worry about it too much right away. Like, they can go check King's
They're
Tomb,
gonna have
and
plenty of places they can look.
even now, right now, they have access to 2 items on either side of the sanctuary they can check. You can go left or right and get one of those items. Maybe a good place to split up.
See what happens.
Like, one of the players may be going to check out the town, and the other one might be checking out the swamp thing, but you might want to check this tomb first. Looks like that's what New Life's doing. There's the fire rod. Parisian player.
Yep. Parisian player. New Life is gonna get our piece.
Worth a gander.
Haven's going down to the dam area. So I'm just going to Lost Woods. Didn't see what was in Woodcutter Cave. There's the mirror in the dam. Really good find. Is already going for that piece of heart in the woods. Wants to get a little bit of extra insurance in case he gets hit too much. Hidden grottos with some bombs. Meanwhile, Caven's checking the lake cave. Fight some worms. Might get killed by some worms, oh no. Gets killed by worms, it happened.
Trying to figure out what the exact name of the woodcutter cave thing is, but I can't remember.
Oh, that's gonna definitely suck for Caven. New Life's got an advantage here as long as he doesn't die there. Yep, there it is. Bugnet and Lake Cave, not much else. Parisian getting the bow in the well, really good find.
It's a good start. Those are some really good things they got. Now, they got like 3 or 4 hearts. They could do blinds. They could find the Moon Pearl with hearts that low. You really want to do that? Where is that Moon Pearl, though? That's not going to be a hard item to find. I've never seen it be nasty. The worst I've seen is it was in the Checkerboard Cave in, like, Mire. But even that's not so bad, because you're pretty much directed to it no matter what. You have to have it, so... That being the only holdout item right now between Dark World and not. Won't last too long. Cavern goes down.
Again. Is that an intentional death? Where'd he die?
Not sure. That flash of red is very easy to spot, even with 4 screens.
Yep. There's the flute in the tavern.
Parisian's gonna turn that on right away.
Like, he could even go straight to Mire if he really wanted. He'd be a bunny. He couldn't do anything in there, but...
Yep. There's a way you can get in and get the 2 chests with the little minor glitch that I'm not really 100% on how it works. They might do that, but I don't think it's worth it. Like, you're gonna get the Moon Pearl soon. I don't usually bother with that.
Kevin's going for Death Mountain this time. Doing some fake flippers to see what's under the bridge. Bombs. It's just bombs. Garvey gets a penny from Bug Boy. He's gonna go turn on his flute. Meanwhile, on Death Mountain, we've got the old man. He's got the Master Sword.
Better than Sahasrara.
The hero of time.
Let's take a look at the pendants and see what we're doing here. Looks like all 3 of the Light World dungeons are crystals.
Okay. I think that was Quake Medallion on Spectral Rock Cave.
There's Hookshot. Things are coming together really fast for the red team. Cabin's already up there in Tower of Hera. That might pay off. They went there fast. That was their plan. It could be a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Because they could also have one person do Eastern Palace. Zarbi has the gear for that.
Did he do that without the lamp like New Life is doing? Because they have the flute, so the lamp could be anywhere.
Oh, that's true. It looks like Parisian has found the Moon Pearl that was in the foot race. I think it was the Moon Pearl.
No, there was a heart in the foot race. He didn't do it.
Was that heart? It looked like... Okay.
I don't know if he has it or not.
Parisian's going for Astralis Cave now.
Silver arrows in there.
Silvers.
There's Quake for New Life. Probably should pick that up. Don't know if you need it or not. Attack. It doesn't take too long with boots anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Reason's gonna knock out Eastern Palace with his silver arrows and his bow real quick. This is a good plan. Gotta do it anyway. Gotta check it. Make sure it's not next on the list.
Yep.
Cavin's pulling off a bomb jump. It was successful. This is gonna work. That's both items in Tower of Hera. One of them was the cape. The other one's heart. That's not too bad. You might get some use out of the cape. Man, Parisian players rocking 8 hearts, and his partner just died with 3 on the mountain to the boulders. Bit of a difference there in loadout. And same story for Zarbi versus Cavin. One of them has every heart in the game, and the other one has 3. It's pretty good.
Always how it happens. One person gets loaded up, the other person has nothing.
You can tell which players went which way.
Yep.
Oh man, he might die to the worm. He did! Sniped by the worm. Moldorm got a kill. An actual kill. That is uncommon.
Rare. Very rare. Zarbi gets their silver arrows on the green team that's known. Like New Life's gonna go for Tower of Hera.
It's Crystal 2 and Eastern Palace. Crystal 1 on Tower of Hera. Desert's Crystal 3. So 1, 2, and 3, just generic crystals.
On the Light World. Haven's going for revenge. Kill that Moldorm. Plum. There's the kill. Our repair is done. Unfortunately, no books, so they can't check the tablet.
Oh no. Boss time. This is just the soldier's angry music. I don't get to hear this much.
Yeah, it's only like, what, 2 NPCs that can make it play?
Yep. New Life's turn to take on Moldorm, and Cavan's grabbing Quake, which he missed on the way in. Did he kill Moldorm?
Yep. Kevin got
Okay.
Moldorm.
He went back up and got him.
Got the revenge.
Parisian's trying to do a room that has messed up the players a couple times. This room right here. Now there is a lamp back there that he can light with his fire rod. I don't know if he knows that.
Parisian also, for some reason, not using the silver arrows. I mean, it is still one-hit kill regardless, but he might as well just have those ready to go.
He got it. He figured it out. That room
Unless
has.
you really don't want lag.
He took a little bit of damage there, but he did pull it off. He should be okay from here on out, because with silver arrows, the boss will be a joke, and he's a really good player.
Yeah.
That room has messed up a lot of people, though. Trying to do it blind is one of the hard ones. It's harder than I give it credit for, because I tried to do it myself and I got destroyed. And things just get out of hand really quickly in there.
Mm-hmm. Kevin's going to get some hearts as well. It's not a bad idea, considering they've died a couple times now.
Didn't look like there was anything great in
Parisian.
Eastern Palace.
Nah, Eastern Palace was pretty much a wash outside of the crystal.
I didn't see Parisian get the red cane, but New Life just did, so he must have it too. Not to mention
Red
the
cane
game.
is it's in a thief's hut.
Yeah, I just saw him pick it up. So everyone has that. Zarby just went down to what though? Is he in Eastern Palace in the dark room too?
I
That's
think he was trying to do the dark room, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me that that kills people, because it is dangerous. I'm pretty sure there's a lamp in there though, and they can light it with the fire rod, like a, like a what the hell do you call it? Torch place.
Sconce.
Yeah, that's the word I use.
Ooh, Moon Pearl, there it is. From
On the-
mushroom trade.
On the mushroom. Oh man, that's pretty nasty actually. Where did the mushroom come from?
Was it Eastern Palace? Actually, did not see anyone pick up the mushroom. Where did the mushroom come from?
Let's take a look here. I'll check the Eastern Palace did have it. So Eastern Palace is mandatory. Big chest. Eastern Palace has to be checked by everybody before anyone can do anything. Parisian player immediately taking the opportunity to head into the Dark World. He's very well equipped for blind.
Eastern Palace being a wash.
Yeah. It wasn't. After all, it was actually the first step for everybody to get anywhere. Yep. So everyone's going to be heading to Eastern Palace when they realize.
It's like
And Zarbi
Kevin's
has it
gonna
as
do
well,
the-
so he didn't finish Eastern Palace, but that's okay. He lost a minute or two on that front, but he'll be able to go in there and clean it up later with the torch lit. Bookshop for New Life. Master Sword for Parisian. That's 2 swords we found on the red team. Right in this village is one of the swords. So everyone's going to have silver arrows and tempered sword. Gonna have a pretty easy Ganon fight here on our hands. He's still in the blacksmith. Kevin's
Doing his
checking
kit.
the cave. Zarbi is also in the desert. They're doubling up on Meyer and the desert here. Looks like Zarbi's heading out.
I guess Kevin's gonna stick around and do Desert Palace.
Yeah, he has to
Looks
go
like-
get his Moon Pearl still, so he can't do Meyer. Zarbi, would he do Meyer? No, he couldn't because he doesn't have the medallions.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't matter which one it is.
Misery Mire is apparently Ether, according to Zarbi's tracker.
Ether on Misery Meyer. Yeah, that's what it is. But is it even mandatory? Let me find out what the crystals even are here. Pendant of Courage, the green, Swamp Palace. Pendant of Power, Ice Palace. Pendant of Wisdom, Dark Palace.
Hmm.
Swamp, Ice, and Dark.
I'm okay with any secret Ice Palace is optional.
That's a lot of chests in the pendant dungeons. It wouldn't surprise me if we had an item or two in one of those. So, Zero Suit Samus with New Life there. That is the Super Bunny thing that I said was not too useful because you can get the Moon Pearl. In this case, the Moon Pearl is actually in a pretty annoying place, so he doesn't have it. He just wants that stuff. And he actually did do that glitch I was talking about where you can get in there and loot a couple chests before it breaks.
You can do it on Dark World Death Mountain as well. Whenever you fall down a pit,
Yeah.
you basically lose your bunny transformation temporarily.
So those 4 chests, I think those are the only ones you can get with that trick. It's not a huge deal, but it does help sometimes. Rare occasion that it does help, but this is one of them, I think.
It's not required as far as the logic is concerned, so it's never something you'll have to do to clear, but in a race situation it could be helpful.
Yeah, and it certainly is a legal move. Minor glitch. Blacksmith's turned in. What do you got, Blacksmith?
Worth it.
No. Zarbi's doing the same. New Life's cleaning up the desert. Kevin's going after his Moon Pearl. Last one to get it, I think. No, New Life still needs it. Kevin didn't do the desert. I thought he was going to, but he bailed out of there.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
They know they need Meyer. Maybe they're just going to do them both at once. We're doing the digging game. Doesn't look like the desert has a whole lot. Magic powder on the second dig right away. Zarbi's choosing not to check the chest for the blacksmith. He's going to do the digging game as well, I think. Yes, he is. That's going to be a nice thing for everybody.
Make some fairies.
Pretty relaxed seed. They're missing tunics, but like... Oh no! The chest is still following him? Bullshit. Oh, that's garbage.
Yeah. You have to actually, like, completely get rid of it, or possibly even save and quit.
Thought you
entirely.
could sneak in, eh? No. He
No
worked
cheating.
back and forth to get rid of the chest. Hopefully that works. Yes, it did. Now he's the proud owner of some magic powder.
Yeah, chest. The rules for having things following you with a chest is really weird.
Nonsense is what it was. Oh man.
You looked at a chest today, didn't you? Sorry, not coming in.
Aside from missing the tunics, they really have a pretty easy seed going on here for clearing. They got swords, they got silver arrows, they got almost every exploration item already.
Yeah, just
Capes
looking at the
around.
stuff they'll need. Hammer is gonna have to be found. Actually, would hammer be necessary?
You will need it.
Then hookshot, we know where that is.
They'll need it for Total Rock.
So basically ether and whatever medallion. Oh, plus ice rod too.
Kevin goes down again. I keep losing track of where he is when he dies. You'll need the hammer for the left side against tower almost always, most of the time. But also, you're going to need it for Total Rock, so you can expect it to be on the list of things you require. It also helps you explore so much that it usually is required just for that. Like, they actually cannot technically get to the Palace of Darkness and Pyramid yet unless they kill Aghanim. You don't want to do that, but logically they could without the hammer. The flippers are optional.
Desert Palace is finished for New Life.
The fire rod was in the dash chest by the sanctuary, and it's kind of concerning that the green team doesn't have it because that should have been stop one. There's bombos. Parisian player's gonna pick that up, probably. No, he's just looking at it. He doesn't have the cape.
He doesn't have the cape, yeah.
But he told his partner who does.
Yeah, aside from ether, I think every medallion is known at this point.
Green team missing the bash chest by the sanctuary is concerning because it should have been stop one right outside, and that they didn't get it means that they forgot about it, maybe? I'm not sure why they don't have that.
It feels like the bonk chest is always one of the most forgotten ones, like everybody seems to forget it.
They walked right past it. I mean, it might be a situation where you start with boots and that's pretty uncommon, so they just don't remember. But hopefully they get it, because they're going to need that fire rod for 2 dungeons.
They've been jumping in on Thieves' Town. Oh, he's going to turn the chest, see what's in there.
That's a long trip. Hope it's worth it. Heart piece.
Nope. I've never had the chest give me anything good.
I have once or twice, but the odds are pretty low for such a long journey. Even with the flute, it still takes a full minute.
Yeah.
New Life has grabbed his Moon Pearl and he's on his way through Eastern Palace. It's time for his turn in the dark room here that no one seems to enjoy. He's got the Master Sword, which makes killing these guys with the sword a reasonable affair, and he's trying to do it that way.
Yeah, Green hasn't found the hookshot either. That's in the library. Okay, Green is gonna find the bombos at least, and unfortunately Zarby's not gonna be able to grab it. Doesn't have a cape.
There's those sconces that I was talking about. Yeah, if Parisian had just remembered that those were there, he would have had no trouble at all in that room, obviously. And Zarby didn't have that option because he didn't have the flame rod. But if you do have the flame rod and you know where those are, you can make a couple of the lampless rooms a little easier. Parisian goes down in the dark woods, an unfortunate place between dungeons to go.
I'm actually not really sure where he was going there. It didn't seem like he was on the dungeon path.
He wasn't. He was walking between town. I'm not sure what he was doing exactly. Maybe he took that death on purpose. Hard to say. No silver arrows yet for New Life. He didn't pick those up even though they're right outside.
Yeah, maybe he just didn't update his tracker? No, he doesn't have them.
Nope, definitely would be using them here, because they certainly slid down the fight to use wooden arrows here.
Still a really good fight.
Parisian's back in the woods.
I think Parisian just got a little lost. Another death for Caven. When? Man. Could use that bottle, buy some medicine or something. Catch a fairy.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. Someone on YouTube commented that they hated it when players skipped parts and then ended up dying. Those two choices go hand in hand sometimes, like you underestimate how hard things might get for you. There's the Moon Pearl for New Life finally, so everyone has it now.
Yeah, you might be the best player in the world, but there are some bosses that just have random elements or enemy placements.
What happened to Parisian?
Parisian?
Oh,
Damn.
He fell down a pit, trying to do the bomb jump. Having a rough time.
I think the player's a little overconfident right now. They might think they have all this gear, they're good to go. Doesn't mean you're invincible, though. Zarby's heading to Skullwoods now.
He makes the bomb jump this time. He's gonna grab that big chest. Just a key.
Yeah.
Keys in Skullwoods are particularly worthless. Like, they have very small value in this dungeon. Boomerang.
Yeah, so much
also.
of the dungeon is skippable.
You straight up can skip right to the end and grab a key off of the enemy there and under a pot. You don't need to do anything else here, especially if you know the two items are bad. And it's only two items, so you generally have those fast unless it's a poor layout.
Mm-hmm.
Zarby also doing the bomb jump, looks good. He's gonna find out about a key as well. It's just not what you want to see.
Haven's about to take down Blind. Good news is got the cape, so it'll be real easy.
Zarby did find the flame rod at some point, so that's good to see. They didn't forget, they just forgot in the immediate that they could get that when they walked past it. So they've got it now in any case, if they didn't get it before. Maybe he just didn't update his tracker, I don't know. But he's got it now and he's ready for this dungeon. Parisian's going in with very small amount of hearts here. This might be troublesome. He's got full mana on that fire rod though, so his handling of that room's gonna pay off big time. Fire Rod can absolutely destroy this boss.
New Life apparently picked up half magic somewhere. Is that in Death Mountain? It had to have been East Side Death Mountain.
Half magic is in Death Mountain, yeah. Not a whole lot on Death Mountain. He's got the blue armor. Blue armor and half magic and a shield. That's what you find on the mountain. So, mostly survival stuff. It might be worth stopping for if you're, in this case, people are having a lot of trouble, I would say probably is. Green potion for Parisian so that he can have an easier time with Mothula, who has him down to one hit now. He used the B on him, which doesn't hurt him too much, but I think it does work. I've not seen that before. Oh, he's down to one hit, he needs to be super careful. Threading the needle, trying to get that last little bit of damage. Oh no! Parisian taken out by Mothula, another boss kill today. Yeah, that green potion just wasn't the right kind of potion for what he needed. And Zarby's got the same situation. I'm always scared when a player comes in here with no health. And this time, no mana either. He didn't get the lucky full mana drop that Parisian got off the Gyptos. He's just straight up.
Yep. And silver arrows, those don't work, do they?
No, they don't. This boss is immune to arrows. He needs to be killed by the sword or the fire rod. Those are your best options. If you can get him with the hammer, if you're some kind of Superman, the hammer works. It does pretty good damage.
Yeah, I had to do that once, it sucked.
It's really hard. Really bad hitbox. Tempered sword damage though, so.
Well, Zarby's gonna have to do this boss fight damn near perfectly. I don't envy him in this position right now.
I would have taken a death if I were him, man. I would have just, I don't know, I would have just come back later. This isn't going to happen, I don't think. But if he can pull it off, then power to him. A flawless
I think the
Mothula.
thing is, he spent all his magic getting there, though, so I think he wants to at least try.
Yeah. There's
He's
a full
really...
mana in the dungeon you can grab, though. If you really want to do this dungeon now, you could. It's obviously a time-consuming thing to go get it, but they both, I see why Parisian used the B. It's because it was in the bottle. They both gone for that B attack on Mothula for a little bit of damage for free. Because it does work. He can die to the B eventually, I think. Eventually, after an hour of B, he will die to it. Zarby is doing really well for someone who can't take a single hit. He's doing okay. Oh, he took a spike hit. That's 1 damage. One more of those and he's done for.
This is it.
The spin attack is a good idea. If you're gonna, oh, he got him! Nice work, Zarby.
Damn, Zarby.
Killed the moth with only 1 hit taken from spikes.
Unfortunately, no great item from the moth, but that is a crystal at the very least.
That is time not wasted, is what that is.
Yep.
The funny thing is, it was all because they didn't explore and get the swords first that they both know. They all know about, like, his partner has the red sword, so if he had it too, he would have had a really easy time with Moth. If he had to, he wouldn't have had to spin, basically.
Yeah.
Parisian took a death on the mountain, not sure to what. New Life is swimming with fake flippers. Checking Zora.
Ice Palace? Oh no, Zora.
Ice Palace is a pendant dungeon. I wouldn't go there yet, but they could, I guess.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I think he just wanted to come up here and see what Zora had, but he didn't want to walk the whole way around, like he's just taking a shortcut.
Uh-huh.
He did fake flippers, but he didn't check under the bridge, maybe working on the assumption that since he doesn't need the flippers for the dungeon, they probably aren't going to have an item under the bridge. You might not see the flippers at all.
I think New Life, one of the team members on Red did go under the bridge. It was just a piece of heart, though.
Oh, yeah? Well, what's Zora going to have? There are arrows on the ledge. Fake flippers for Zarby as well. He's checking under the bridge. 20 cents from Zora, thanks. Red team is having a bad time all of a sudden with the Mothula death and the Zora scam. Parisian player checking Dark Mountain. I love that this mountain's always called Death Mountain, even though in most of the games, big smiling, cartoonish rockmen live up here. Thoughts on the player race, playthrough? I didn't see it. You guys started, I woke up and, yeah, I did wake up at 4 p.m. I seriously did. You guys were already underway, so I only caught a little bit of it.
Oh, Hammer's in Hookshot Cave.
There's the hammer, yeah.
New Life picked that up.
I didn't even notice. They don't really need it, but it will help them explore. I hate it when I don't have it. We're just missing the ice rod, really? Lamp would be nice.
Ice rod, ether. That's gonna be needed for Meyer.
Bombos is on the Cape Ledge if we need that one. I didn't see if Turtle Rock needed it or not.
Yeah, I don't think anybody has checked Turtle Rock yet. See what medallion that needs.
We've seen 2 of them. I haven't seen ether, and that's the one we definitely need.
Yep.
Region players picking up the blue tunic and I think the shields here too. Anyway, with the blue tunic and half mana, I don't expect him to go down anymore. I think that's gonna be the end for deaths on the red team.
Fingers crossed.
Checking the bat. What do you got? $50, thanks. Peg Cave also being checked by New Life. First time we see this, I think.
Yep.
Art piece. I don't know where Zarby is. He's in the dark somewhere. Looks like Palace of Darkness or Meyer. I'm not sure which. I'm going with Meyer, but I'm not 100%. Meyer is really annoying if that's where he is.
I think he's on Death Mountain.
Oh, yeah, okay. No one's doing that yet. Where's that freaking lamp, dude? I hate it when it hides, the lamp. Got in an argument about whether or not that's a good idea last time, and I still am of the opinion that it really shouldn't be hidden like that ever. It shouldn't be that hard to find. Like, I don't mind it being hidden away, it is a randomizer, but I feel like it should follow... It should be as easy to find as the Moon Pearl. Like, it shouldn't be worse than that.
Yeah, lamp is pretty essential. I feel like not having that kind of really sucks. It cuts off a lot of stuff.
It just harms new players. Green team is missing the hook shot, but only because they forgot to look in another place that they really shouldn't have forgotten to look in. Like, you should check the library even if you don't have the boots. And that's where the hook shot is. So
it's literally on the way. There's no reason not to check it.
I don't know how they missed it, honestly. I don't know how they keep missing these. It's hurting them to not have it, and it's hurting them to not have had the fire rod earlier, but they did eventually find the fire rod, so hopefully they'll find the hook shot too. I would hate to see them lose because they couldn't remember to check the library. So that's a mistake they won't make again.
Yep. Parisian finally going for Moldorm.
They do need the hook shot, but only for Ganon's Tower, assuming nothing's in Swamp. We saw one player so far, for some reason, because he did have the hook shot, float across the hole and not need the hook shot. It took him a lot more time than it would have taken to just beat the boss, but he did it. He managed to hover across there. Can be done. It's just a very technical piece of work. Yeah, that's true. They might not be able to get the hammer without the hook shot. I wasn't paying attention to what chest exactly it was.
I want to say it was one of the bottom ones, so they might actually be able...
I feel like it was the fourth one. Back left.
Because that is, like, I think that is part of the logic. Like, they may require you to do the charge jump in Hookshot Cave.
They will, if it comes down to it, they will do that. Parisian player getting revenge on Mothula here. Coming back in with half mana, this time it won't be a fight.
Yep.
Hopefully, anyway. Should be able to walk him down with lots of mana.
Running out of his magic, has to drink a potion just to light the torches.
I wouldn't say anyone's ahead yet. That Ice Rod is elusive, and it's going to hurt the players on the green team if they don't find that freaking hookshot soon. They really should have it.
Ice Rod and Ether, those are kind of the big question marks right now.
Man. I am concerned, once again. I was concerned when they missed the Fire Rod. I'm more concerned that they missed the hookshot. Because that's definitely something they should have gotten a look at. And they had the boots right at the start, so they should have had it. Yep. I don't know why they didn't go down there. It's really bizarre. This might be bad for them. One of the players forgot to go there on the route.
No real time out of their way. No reason they shouldn't have done that. Well, Caven gets Mothula at least. Looks like New Life is going to check out POD.
Yeah, that was a good Mothula kill. Both players in green team handling Mothula. Parisian getting revenge on Mothula as well. Mothula's dead 3 times over. There probably was some miscommunication on the teamwork side of who checked what, and that's why they're missing things. And it might be bad for them. Might be really bad.
My guess is that one of them said they were going to do it and forgot, or just neither of them even mentioned it, and as a result, nobody talked about it.
Parisian's still looking for the last item in Skull Woods. Changed his mind? Yeah. Checking out blinds. I would have come in here as soon as possible. I like to do blinds. Dangerous
four
place,
chests, easy dungeon to do. The only thing you might need is hammer.
Frisian player also doing blinds. Yeah, they don't have the hammer, and they should. They probably should by now. That's another thing. Like, that's really why the hookshot's hurting them, is because they don't have the hammer. Though it looks like Cavan might be getting it right now. Oh no, just go left, man. Oh, damn. That's too bad.
Read book, kids.
They're looking around, not sure what to do. And it's gotta be because, ironically, they're so close. They couldn't, they like, basically standing right on top of it on the world map there, and he's leaving.
You were literally on the same screen.
That's a shame. He's going to Ice Palace with the fake flippers glitch, it looks like, to me. I have trouble with fake flippers. The same thing that's happening to him happens to me. I have trouble getting it to trigger, but it's not the worst. You don't lose anything for failing, so... Yeah, he is going to Ice Palace. And that's not right. Without the hookshot, that might be really hard to do. Depends on the layouts.
Ice Palace with a hookshot could be bad.
New life, lighten that sconce and lighten up this area without the lamp. Where the heck is the lamp? I'm gonna look up the lamp, I think. I'm tired of waiting for the lamp.
Creation's gonna check the big key chest. I don't think that's been seen yet. There it is! Big key chest and blind, that's where it is.
Freaking lamp. You need the... You have to go to Hookshot Cave on the Dark World with... and get the hammer and come into Thieves Town and get the stinking lamp. Pretty nasty. I've got quite a few matches. 30? About 30 matches left. Once round 2 is complete, and it nearly is, we will be... certainly will be in the 40s for sure. We only have 5 rounds left in round 2 here, and a couple of them are wrapping up quickly. This is one of them right here, so...
Reason go to check Bumper Cave again? I thought I already checked it.
He didn't get it. Did he get the cape at some point? He probably did. I forget what the cape was exactly. It was pretty early on. Cape was Tower Parry, yeah, so he's got the Bombos now, which he might need, who knows. It would be for Total Rock if he did need it. Now he's got 2 red crystals. Could turn those in.
That's true. Darby's going for Desert Palace, but I think they already know, like they've cleared that out, right? Barbie should be looking elsewhere right now. Find the items they need. Okay, he's very low on health in the Ice Palace. It's one hit and that's it. Don't believe he has any medicine either.
Very important that you remember that you can light those in this room, because this room here is gross. You don't want to not remember that in this one.
Yeah.
I hate dealing with these guys in the dark. Kevin is trying to clean up Ice Palace, but he has no mana.
Yeah, like you're not going to be able to do Cold Stare without loadout.
He can do Bombos
Maybe.
and win.
Does he have enough magic for Bomb? Oh, you know, there's the magic drops for him. He has
Bombos is 20% of your pool. It's not very expensive. He doesn't have the hammer though, so.
Gaben is just backing out, not even going to try.
He can't go in. He doesn't have the hammer. He just doesn't. He can't do it.
Oh,
he
that's
can't do
right.
the dungeon. This is gonna eat a lot of time. They really should have the hammer now, or at least the hook shot. This might be the end for green. They might be stuck because they just don't know where the hook shot is. They just didn't check. It is 100% on the way. It is one of the free items that the sea has given, and they missed it. They just straight up missed it. It's like if it were lying on the floor in front of them and they just walked past it almost.
Yep.
It looks like he's
Wait a
going.
minute. They both realize at the same time, I think, shit, did we check the library? It is.
Hey, the library! Hook shot. Hook shot. They're back in. Green team's in it.
Yeah, because New Life just spent a bunch of time doing Palace of Darkness, and that unfortunately had nothing. That was a pendant dungeon.
And
That's a
immediately
warrior,
they
man.
both had hook shot cave. Look at that. Sink.
Yep.
They know exactly what to do.
For Caven, that'll be really good because that'll give him the tunic that he needs. He's been dying a lot.
They haven't been to the right side at all on either Dark or Light Mountain. They're gonna find a whole bunch of chests. This is why they both want it. They're checking opposites right now, is what they're doing.
Yep. Get that half magic, get that tunic. A lot of good stuff there. Alright, Parisian's finally going to check Turtle Rock. We're going to get to see what the metal there is.
I think he has Quake too. No, he doesn't. He just has Bombos, but it is Bombos.
Bombos. So Bombos and Ether are going to be medallions to get. He's just going straight in, it looks like. Or no, he can't do it. Never mind. He has to unlock it. That's right.
He can do it up to the boss if he wants. He might. He is.
There are a good amount of chests in there, yeah.
Opting to do Turtle Rock without being able to complete it going in.
New Life is going to have to grab Bombos.
Bombos was in the bumper cave. They're gonna need the cape. Cape is mandatory. Uncommon to see that. But Tower of Hera needs to be done before anyone can do that, so Tower of Hera and Eastern Palace. Both crystal dungeons, but they both had to be done before you could get to too many of the other dungeons. The order is pretty set.
Yeah. Cape location is at least known by green teams, so they'll be able to get it pretty easily. Because already just checked and saw that they need Bombos.
If Ice Rod happens to be in Turtle Rock, then Parisian's going to get the payoff right here. Oh, they did not need Hookshot, actually. Hammer was right there.
Yeah, I thought it was the bottom one.
The problem is they couldn't get over here without Hookshot.
Yeah,
So
because
they still would need it. There was no way around needing Hookshot this time. Well, Hammer has been found. Regrets about doing Crystal Ice Dungeon probably happening at this point, because it was worthless as far as I know.
And New Life is going in on Ice Palace now.
What did we find in there? We found 20 rupees. 3 bombs, and 20 rupees. Alright.
Yeah, I don't think anything good was in there. Is that the green pendant? Which one's green?
Swamp.
Okay. So Ice Palace is unfortunately just going to be a big old waste of time.
Certainly is. Ice Palace seems like a bust. Unless the altar has something. No one has checked that. No, I don't think anyone has the book. Zarby found the blue mail and half mana. Now everyone has it. Ether's been found, apparently. Parisian player has it.
Yeah, it's in Turtle Rock.
Turtle Rock has to be done before Mire. Mire's the last dungeon on the list. Where the heck's the Ice Rod? That's the question on everyone looking for that right now, I guarantee it. New Life actually has it. When did he find that? Never mind. Red Team's in go mode. Where did he get the Ice Rod? Anyone see?
Where'd your Ice Rod come from? Tell me your secret.
I'm gonna take a look. Haunted Grove.
I saw New Life go there, I just didn't see what he picked up from it. Damn, well.
Well, it's time to unmute the drummers, because that is go mode for Red Team. They're all set. Green Team still needs to find Ether. They still need to find the Ice Rod. They're gonna take a while to find Ether, for sure. And,
He's in the dig spot, that's why. Red Team is ready to go at just under an hour.
Where's the shovel?
That's another good question.
Dark Palace.
Palace of Darkness. Oh, okay, Palace of Darkness, big chest. Okay.
Gross. Pendant Dungeon, Palace of Darkness, rewarding the shovel to dig for the Ice Rod. That's gonna be the end of Green Team, I think, unfortunately. They're gonna have a long road ahead of them to catch up with that.
I think Zarby's the first one to check for Super Bomb here.
Yeah. It's a good move, but it's just not the right move.
It's not gonna be the thing here. Might be maybe like a sword upgrade or mail or something.
Man, I can't help but think this race would have gone differently if they had checked the library, because they probably would have checked Palace of Darkness with the hammer. They would have the lamp, the one that did blind. Them skipping hookshot and missing hammer as a result put them so far behind.
And now they're still looking for Ether as well and Ice Rod.
To be fair, despite all the deaths, and we have seen a lot, it's only been 58 minutes here, and they are nearly done. I haven't
Green
updated
Team right now,
Tracker.
they're ahead on crystals.
Yeah. Prison
But that's not
Tracker,
gonna be...
he actually has 4 crystals.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I just hadn't updated that. He's got his shovel, that's why he came in there.
Fusion getting that nice bomb jump off the bridge. Just 1 heart of health left. That's all you need.
They know they're in go mode, so they're going to just clean up dungeons at this point. The lamp in blinds is going to help them too. They got fortunate enough to find that also, so that's just going to make it easy too.
Yeah, blue mail, tempered sword, silver arrows. It's easily enough for Ganon. That's all you need.
Yeah, they shouldn't have any trouble. Green Team's going to be searching. At this point, they're hoping that Red Team has to do the same, and they don't. This is why finding that Ice Rod was such a huge advantage.
This point is just going to be Red Team cleaning out the rest of the dungeons. They know exactly what they have to do now because all the items are found. They can just rush straight for the boss.
The drum boys symbolize celebratory drumming. That's it. I use them for celebrations of drum, much like in game. When he celebrates, you hit a target.
Or hit a hammer tag in.
Drums are for musical pleasure. Blind is dead. For New Life. And with the lamp in tow, he can go anywhere he wants. They still have a couple dungeons left on their agenda, but they really are going to have a pretty nice time here. Hour 20 or less.
Now, it looks like Zarbi is at least headed for Palace of Darkness. Caven's already in there, so they're probably going to be running into the shovel very soon. Unfortunately, they're still going to find Ether.
Yeah, he's got the big key, so he's going to get that right now. He's going to find that shovel. He's going to find that ice rod. They're not going to find Ether very easily. They do have Quake, which I think, yeah, it was Quake. No, it was Ether. Bombos is what it was. They have that too, so they're all set on that. Has to do this dumb dash trick to get rid of this guy in the way, because that guy unfortunately decided to block him. I don't know that this is worth it. Would have taken less time to back up and...
Nah, you definitely could have just run out and in. Apparently New Life hasn't picked up silver arrows, or if he has, he hasn't marked them off. Either way, they're known on the red team, so I might just be saving them for later. Right now, though, still very much Red's game to win.
Parisian player just needs Desert, almost done. Mire, which he'll probably do right after this, and Turtle Rock, which he's already started. Gonna be our first clear, I think. Being able to accelerate through Turtle Rock and Mire is nice. Yep, finishes Desert, heads right on in to Mire. New Life killed Mothula. They're down to 2 dungeons apiece.
Yep, it's going to be pretty smooth sailing from this point on, for Red at least.
Green team's only losing by the amount of time that it would have taken them to use the hook shot to get the hammer. It really is. This would have been a super close race had they not done that. Like, they're gonna find the shovel at the same time, they're gonna use it at the same time, they're gonna find the ice rod. They're probably going to go to Turtle Rock after that, find Ether while they do it. Like, they're en route. They're just going to have to full clear Turtle Rock. Question is, will they dig before they go to Turtle Rock?
I mean, at this point, they just need to do stuff that isn't yet known to them. They need to be doing that as much as possible, so digging would be a good plan.
Sorry, doing Eastern real quick.
Gotta do it.
Zarbi, I believe, is the one who works on a lot of the skins. He's also the creator of one of the trackers, the one that's linked on the randomizer page itself.
Yeah, that's one that's compatible with the SRAM tracking if you use that.
Yeah. It's also very... I think it might be the only one that you can drag and drop, customize. Pretty configurable, not... The one with the most information is cross products, I would say, but his isn't bad either because you can certainly make it look the way you want, which is nice. Yeah. He's not using his own tracker. It looks like he's using someone else. No, actually, it might be his. Like I said, it's customizable, so it might be his. Like, it's hard to tell because the icons are, you know, they're just from the game. for the most part. Actually, his comes with 5 different sets of icons, but it probably is his tracker, actually. Meyer is apparently a big pain. Cannot find that big key.
New Life is gonna knock out Turtle Rock, it looks like.
He needs to pick up Ether before he can do Meyer, so he might as well finish Turtle Rock.
Yep, it's Crystal Dungeon.
Green team's still missing those 2 items. Have not checked the shovel yet. They're busy clearing dungeons. One of them is in the dark.
Digging with the shovel will at least get them into a few other places, but they'll still need that ether at the end of it. You know, New Life does in the Chain Chomp room. There's ether. New Life.
Kevin a little low on the health front, but it did remember that he can light the sconces. Sconces.
Just getting $1 million out of that quote today. Sconces.
Sconces. Heading into the boss with 2.5 hearts. It's not a dangerous boss, especially with Blue Tunic, but 2.5 hearts is awfully low. Hopefully this goes okay. He has to hit the face of the boss with the hammer 17 times, and then a couple times with the sword. Not very many times. I think like 3 with the Tempered Sword, especially if you spin. Not very many at all. The Tempered Sword is very strong here. You're supposed to have the Master Sword.
Oh, he's got silver arrows. You just one-shot him.
Could do that too. When I have the red sword, I usually just swing because I think it's easier. But he's going for the shot. This boss moves around a lot, but this time he sat still for him. So that's the end of that block.
Let's see if Caden goes and digs up some goodies. Reason going up against Vitreous shouldn't be too hard with silver arrows.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's the hardest boss in the game. He takes 2 hits from the silver arrows instead of just 1.
Green team is not going to get the lamp, because they both finished that dungeon, I think, and did not have the hammer when they did it. They're going to have to do Turtle Rock in the dark and Meyer in the dark, and that's going to hurt them too.
Like, they might go back if they realize that there is the chest there that they couldn't get to without the hammer earlier, but unfortunately it's not going to actually help them beat the game. It'll just make things a little easier.
Yeah, the meanest thing this seed did was the Dark Palace having the shovel that was the Ice Rod. All of the problems Green has right now is because of things they skipped. They made some mistakes in their pathing.
New Life is trying to do some fancy stuff with a red staff there. It wasn't working too well though.
Yeah, that's right. I guess you could say they dogged the shot.
Yes. Life going up against Trinex, the first fight, named because he has 3 necks instead of just 1, like most things.
The numbers and such that are in the bottom of... Oh no, New Life died to the boss.
Ooh, did he get the safety checkpoint?
It's not going to make too much of it. It's just going to slow him down. Parisian's on his last dungeon. I'm going to go ahead and mark those crystals off. He is certainly in the lead. The numbers and letters at the bottom of the screens on 3 of the players here is from kind of like a training speedrunning ROM kind of thing that they use. It tells you what buttons they're pressing and what their frame rate is and things like that. Debugging stuff.
I think that's just an SNES 9X feature. You can just turn that on for any game. It doesn't have to be Zelda.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I'm so used to seeing the one for Mario that does have that, but I think that actually is just from SNES 9X. Speedrunners, I've seen a lot of them use it. It just shows like information so you can see what they're doing. Yeah. It helps a lot when you're watching a speedrunner do a trick and he's trying to explain what he's doing.
It's also fun to see how much people mash during cutscenes and stuff.
Yes.
Keep that APM up if you want to go pro. Well, New Life is going to go against Trinex again. Still not taking the safety checkpoint. Well, Caven has dug up the ice rod. Unfortunately, he's still going to find that ether.
It is definitely not necessary for SL runs. You don't even have to use SNES 9X for SRL runs, and I think that might be the only one that has that feature.
New Life's going for revenge.
He's got him this time.
It's 1 more crystal for New Life, or 2. Did you say you already marked his off?
He has to do Mire, and he couldn't have until now. Now he can go down there and do it. Like, he just wanted to finish the dungeon. Green has fallen behind, but they are on the way now. Kevin found the ice rod. Still has to find ether, and then I'll play their drums. He'll get ether soon, though, inevitably.
Still a little too far behind at this point, I think, on dungeons.
Absolutely. Zarby looks like they skipped the shovel. They're going to go get it now because they know the ice rod's there and they need that. Cavan's hoping that ether's in Turtle Rock, and he's right to hope so.
Zarby's going to do the bomb jump here. Palace of Darkness. Can you make it?
It's a really hard one. I don't know if it's going to blow up in time. Oh no!
Oh. Time for the walk of shame. Caven takes another death. Buy some medicine, man.
Asian player never picked up the red sword. I wonder if that's slowing him down any.
Probably not a ton, I would think.
The red sword was on the old man. I think it was worth the time to get it. I think it would have paid for itself. On Ganon, though, with the cape and half mana, you can really fly through, so it won't be on Ganon that it saves a whole ton of time. I'd still think it would save like 20 or 30 seconds total, which is almost how much it takes to get the old man, so any other time saved from the red sword would be nice. He chose not to get it.
Oh, look, it's the rare yellow guards.
Love them. Lionel's my favorite new enemy in Zelda. There he is.
Alright, Parisian's heading to Ganon.
What do you think the key is? Give me a number. 1
1.
to 22.
Oh, I'll say 1.
Think the seed will make up for its badness to the players of the Palace of Darkness? We're looking at an hour 25 or less for Parisian player. New life will take a little bit longer than that. I do see the red, Matty. There is red on the tower. Can you believe it? 1 is wrong. I'm sorry.
No.
2 is the flippers. We can swim.
Finally.
Also, it's time for the drums. Both teams. Drumming fine. The key is on number 3. There it is. Right on the location.
If you just cut left, it would have been number 1.
That's right. Very fast, Ganon's tower. Super fast. That might buy him a lot of time.
Yeah, because now New Life is going to know exactly where to go.
Yeah, New Life will get it on number 1, and his key will be number 2, because he'll get it right out of a plot. There is no Ganon's tower for New Life, basically. He's just gonna cruise. Green team is finally in go mode. Unfortunately, Ganon's tower is already being accessed by the red team.
Yeah.
And again, it seemed like they were further behind than they probably were, because all of that time was hookshot related. I think, like, this would have been, I think everyone would be wrapping up right now if they had done that, if I found that hookshot. They lost a lot of time.
Mm-hmm. On the plus side, they'll never forget again.
Yeah, they really slipped on their calling of where they explored, I think, and somehow they ended up realizing at the same time, as they just knocked things off a list, I assume. Like, did we ever check library? Oh, like, I assume there was that kind of conversation.
Yeah, because they both went at the exact same time. They had to have realized. They must have been talking.
Without the hookshot and the hammer, both, you, Titan mitts or not, you really don't have a whole lot of exploration left for them. Like, they had gotten stuck, well and truly stuck, and they are winding down a short list of what they could do at that point to find that stuff. I think part of the reason why everyone went to Mothula is because they had the fire rod and they didn't know where the hammer was. They're kind of locked in a little bit.
Haven is checking out Mirror Cave for some reason. Or Mimic Cave.
Yeah, I don't know why. Wants a heart piece.
Maybe he's hoping there's something good in there. Fortunately, even the gold sword is not going to help you out at this point. You're a little too far behind.
They might be looking for the lamp.
That's possible, yeah.
Dark Turtle Rock I don't think scares too many people. Dark Mire does. I would be scared of Dark Mire. They might not consider it go mode yet, depending on how familiar they are with that darkness. They're having a lot of trouble finding that lamp, and I can understand that. Lamp is in a pretty nasty place too in this seed. Parisian player out of arrows. That's a, ooh, that might be trouble. He's gonna have to spin on Ganon 24 times. Him skipping that red sword might just have blown up in his face. I think you can get a couple arrows in here. Yes, you can. He's good.
There's a few more to pick up.
I would hate to see him have to spin on Ganon phase 3. That's the silver arrows are why the red sword isn't a huge deal. If it wasn't for the silver arrows, then you absolutely want the red sword. Very nicely done on those whiz robes. He just can't miss on Ganon, that's all. Shouldn't be a big deal.
New life going on in Ganon's tower now. There it is, number 1. I was right.
That's the red tunic.
Yeah, the only thing that can make Red lose at this point is Giant Catastrophe. Region or New Life dying a ton, and I mean a ton.
Despawned Aghanim. No, they need more time than even that because Darkmire is really scary. I wouldn't want to do it, and with their amount of health, 14 hearts and stuff, I could do it. I would be miserable doing it. It would take me 5 minutes, but I could get it done. The first room in Mire, especially annoying. You have to lift up a skull and put a red cube down under a button in the dark while 2 things are shooting at you. It's really picky about it working, and if you can pull that room off, you probably won't have too much trouble with the rest of it. Like, the rest of it's not as bad. Ironically, the huge maze area with the bouncing shit is actually way easier than the first room. For me, anyway.
Zarby seems to be lost in Dark Turtle Rock. Oh no, there it goes.
Parisian player is going to Ganon, no trouble with Aghanim at all. Can't imagine
Hammer,
the red tunic.
And what was in Hookshot Cave beat us? Alright, Ganon's gonna be going down real soon.
Well, not real soon, but in 2 minutes.
Real soon.
He can do the move he's doing right now. Very important that you see that. The double spin against the wall hits twice. He has to spin because he doesn't have the Tempered Sword. Spin does Tempered Sword damage, which actually hits Ganon. He has to do it 12 times per phase. When Ganon's right up against the wall, counts as 2. So really knocking those numbers down fast as possible. It's not ideal to have to do it this way. He is on phase 2 now, you can tell by the fire coming out. He has to hit him 12 more times again. When he gets to phase 3 is technically when he's doing the teleport and destroying the floor. 1 spin per each part of that, there's 4 hits. And then phase 4, that's where the silver arrows get used. He has to spin to stun him and then shoot him with the silver arrows. If he did not have silver arrows, he would have to spin 24 hits. Perfectly timed to kill Ganon.
You don't want to do that in a race situation unless you absolutely have to.
Yeah. If he had the red sword, it would only be 12 hits. But still, that's still a lot of spins. He still has to spin with the red sword too. Like, silver arrows helps a lot. Silver arrows is a big deal breaker for Ganon on speed.
Because you only need 4 silver arrows, right?
Yeah, he's good there.
Region has 1 extra. In case he misses, he's got 1 extra.
And a miss could happen, even with a good player, because they'd be trying to go for 2 hits at once or something like that, you know, just to get it done as quick as they can. He did damage. He's choosing to do damage. There he goes. Got him once. Playing it safe, not trying to hit the double.
Smart.
Waiting to light that torch for as long as possible. We need 2 more hits. I don't know why that didn't connect. That's rude. Ganon just decided not to get hit by that. Okay, 1 arrow away from victory here for Parisian player. That's it. Ganon's dead.
Bam. First win. Game is on a clock now. Very short clock because New Life is very close behind.
Yes, just a few minutes behind. 124-18. Aghanim for New Life also here. Meyer for both green team may be their last crystal. They are an entire dungeon behind. And again, when they're looking for the hook shot for over 5 to 10 minutes, and it's the way to hammer, all of that
gets
time.
2 triples in a row, damn.
I don't think one of those counted, unfortunately. Like, if you hit him too fast, it doesn't work. He has very small amount of iframes. Something like 3. He has like 3 iframes. So if you hit them right on top of each other, it won't hit actually, but it should have. Yeah, I don't know who would have won this if Green Team did pick up the hook shot when they were supposed to. When the seed wanted them to, which was when they got there, basically. Like when they walked left, they should have had the fire rod. They didn't do that either. They certainly died a little bit, also slowing them down. But they had some really good kills on Mothula too. Like they did well, what they had. For the record, spinning with the red sword, I'm pretty sure does help as well. And so those hits are going to add up as really quickly.
Yeah, it's only, I think, gold sword, right? That's kind of when it stops.
Yeah, spinning on gold sword is just for the spin, not the damage. But spinning on tempered gives you gold sword, which takes 8 hits. So those 2 spins he just did, that's you know, 1 and 2 out of 8 instead of out of 12 with the red sword. As a blue potion, make sure that he wins this. So New Life's got the easy fight on his hands here, where he has the red sword and silver arrows, and he can just smack him. Doesn't have to worry about spinning.
Mm-hmm.
Much more fun. It's the way it was intended, kind of fight.
You remember how we were saying earlier that like there haven't been many matches where it was decided because of one like big mistake?
There's usually a mistake, but like I was thinking more along the lines of somebody not being able to finish, taking forever because they missed. Like they're still gonna finish in a respectable amount of time. Like they're gonna be done in an hour 40, which isn't too bad. But it's not gonna compete with this hour 27 that New Life has. That's it. Red team's done it. 127-16. Actually.
Keep that second, it might be the difference.
Well, that's it. Red team is moving on.
No, Kevin started like 5 seconds later. We have to restart.
That's right. I've not had to worry about that too much, but I do have the ability to track that. Unlike SRL, I can see when somebody starts a couple seconds late, so we might as well credit them time that we are due. Parisian player and New Life would like to do an interview, so I'm going to drag him up here.
Bring him in here. Bring those millionaires.
Hey, good game, guys.
Well done.
Oh, wait 1 second. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Awesome. Good,
nice work.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was weird. We made a couple of mistakes that thought that may have cost us at some point in the race, because I did some horrible stuff in Skullwoods.
Yeah.
And New Life died in Trinex, so...
I'll tell you what sealed it for you. For some reason, Green Team, they didn't find the fire rod right away. Like, I guess they didn't realize they had the boots for the dash chest there. That's one people tend to miss. They also didn't go into the library for a long time, so they were hook shotless. And they didn't get to go to the mountain and find that hammer. And they, I think that ended up costing them a tremendous amount of time.
Oh, that's
interesting seed also.
Yeah.
Like the beginning was very promising, and then I at some point I said to New Life that maybe like Ether is in T-Rock and Ice Rod in Meyer, and it was almost true.
Halfway there.
Oh my god.
As well.
And I was doing pod lampless, and I was like, I don't do it lampless, but should I finish
but
but
you have to do it. You have to do pod anyway, so.
Yep.
Yeah, but I was like, I found a shovel, and then I had to go, and I knew I still had an item. So I was like debating doing it or not, but I finally did it because if I hadn't done it, and it had something important, it would have cost us a lot. So I didn't want to take the risk.
Yeah, and Lep is in very deep inside Thieves Town too, so.
Yeah, they don't have it on Green Team. That's another thing that's slowing them down. It was just they didn't have the hammer because they didn't have the hook shot, so they went and did blind. That's not going to get the lamp.
That's why at some point New Life suggested for me to go in Thieves Town, and I said no because I don't like to go in Thieves Town without the hammer, and so I did the first 4 chests and then left.
Oh. Yeah, but yeah, this seed was. I went to Ice Palace at the end when he went to T-Rock because he says like, we're still looking for Ether. It could be still in Ice Palace, so let's go check there.
No, that's good. You want to have people spreading out.
Yeah, I mean, I think we did good choices, writing choices. We spread up right after Eastern Palace, like directly, and yeah, we were doing different stuff all the time.
Yeah, Rodian was okay, but I think our gameplay was not as good as we could do. Like apart from Skullwoods, there was a few moments. I died in Skullwoods on the bomb jump because I bonked bad on the wrong. Too early, and that put me very far in Skullwoods. Like.
It's okay.
Skullwood's the real issue was Mothula. Everybody had trouble with Mothula.
Except for me, because I had the temperature.
And I decided to take it. We talked about me taking the tempered sword, and I decided not to take it because I could do the dark room, but honestly, I was much betting on finding a sword somewhere else.
Yeah, Ganon's Tower had one. I don't think anyone's gonna get it, even though it's in the room with the skeletons on the left. Like it's right at the start, but the key is right before it, so no one's gonna find it.
Normally, yeah.
It was right there, waiting to be picked up, but even though it wasn't far in, the key was very nice.
Yeah. Feels good. Feels good to win.
Do we know who we're playing against next round?
That match has to happen still. I can tell you who it could be. Let me see.
Okay.
It's gonna be either Maltzy and Tojo or Dexon and Swerb. That match hasn't happened yet. One of those two teams.
And I just opened the stream now. I saw they're not that far behind.
Yeah, like if they had found the hookshot when the seed wanted them to, I feel like they would have been competitive here for sure. Because they spent some time looking at the map. Ironically, right beside the library, he warped out and was looking at the map for a long time, and it was just he was sitting right on top of where it was, where he needed to go. They took a couple deaths too, but they lost so much time because of that. They really did.
Yeah, it would have been a much closer race if they had found the hookshot.
And neither of them. Oh yeah, one found the tempered sword.
Yeah, they both have that. The tempered sword was pretty friendly with the Thieves Town had one, and the other one was right at the old man.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know if you want to ask us more questions or.
Well, yeah, I was going to add something. I'm happy to have one because I was kind of sick today. And I was very sick the past few days.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I really thought about postponing the game like 1 or 2 days ago. And it's not perfect, but at least I was able to pull the run. So
that just means next time you'll do even better.
Yeah. Last race I was not sick and it was a disaster, so never knows.
So what you're saying is get sick next time.
No, please. It was bad sickness.
Well, it'll be open for you guys next time. I'll make that room as soon as I know who your opponents are. So thanks for coming. Get some rest.
Yeah, I'll have to do one because I didn't play open seat since like 4 or 5 months. So
we need to practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be open from here on out.
Awesome.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you for the tournament. Thank you for the commentaries.
Oh
Thank you
yeah,
so much.
Yeah.
somebody asked me about this, and I haven't been like plugging the racers because some people don't want that. But if you want to, then by all means, while you're here, go ahead and tell us where your stream is, if you would like to.
Well, what do you mean? I'm New Life 88. That's my Twitch.
Yeah, like what do you stream? Does it just link to the past races? Is that your speed game?
Well, I speed run. I started a little bit over a week ago, speed running Earthbound too. So
Oh, nice.
it's really cool. And yeah, and A Link to the Past.
Yeah, for me currently, it's in the near future is going to be A Link to the Past, no major glitches to get a 128. I'm going to play also, I've been coming back to Donkey Kong Country 2, and I improved quite
yeah.
well.
That's a really
And I'm
hard game.
going for the famous sub-twig, for those who knows. So sub 4418, I think, something like
Yeah.
this.
That game is extremely hard to run. I've tried. Oh man.
And also I'm planning to do normally at the end of the month, another blindfolded run of A Link to the Past,
Nice.
and the category will be a surprise.
Did you do this race blindfolded?
What? Sorry?
Did you do this race blindfolded? Oh man.
If I could. I thought about having, it would require so much work, but having an assisted rondo, like someone telling me what I opened every time.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
But I think it's recursive. The routing anyway in vanilla is so complicated that I think even in a rondo it will be too hard. But I thought about
Fair
it.
enough.
Well, thanks
Alright,
for playing.
well-
I'll let you know when you'll see it on Discord when that match is ready.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. See ya.
Have a
Bye.
good one.
Here.
YouTube. How do I disconnect here?
It's a little phone icon on the bottom left.
Like, yeah, I'm using the an iPad, so I don't know how to disconnect from the voice.
Oh, I have no idea.
Mhm.
I can drag you down to AFK room while you figure it out. So, see you later.
Okay.
Just turn off your iPad.
All right. See ya.
They're both on Ganon at the same time here on Green Team.
Yep. Yeah, just like barely.
We're talking 10 minutes, 10-minute
Yeah.
difference, and that is exactly what I would expect that kind of mistake to cost. We
Mhm.
went to Ice Palace, couldn't finish it, died. Like, all that really adds up really fast. It's not even a bad time, 137. That's a commendable time, and they probably would have beaten some of the other players we've seen, but
Yeah.
not this time. Gavin takes a death, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Zarby's finished at 138.8.
Success. Waiting on Kevin here. Finish off the last Ganon.
Oh my, that was close. I
Eee.
hope we can get out of these birds.
Kevin trying to do some fancy moves, but
I mean, he succeeded. That certainly worked. He's got to dodge perfectly the rest of this fight. The Firebirds aren't too bad, especially if you use hookshot like that. Unfortunately, he missed the hit on Ganon there, so hey, that's what makes Ganon fire, though. Some people don't understand fully how this fight works. When he's doing this phase right here, he does 4 teleports in a row where he stops and fires Firebirds. If he gets hit before he fires them, he won't fire them. If he doesn't get hit, he won't move on. Like, he won't stomp the ground until he's taken that hit. The teleports make it really annoying. But as long as you're on top of him, he won't get the chance to fire those. Hitting him more than once doesn't do anything also, by the way, which is weird, but true. Hitting him multiple times in these phases does nothing.
I still like to smack him a bunch of times anyways, though. Feels good.
Yeah. It's a misleading thing because it looks like he's blinking. But he's not. He's not taking damage at all. One more shot for Kevin, and he's almost got this. This is it. Ganon's down. Yes, Ganon is dead. He made it with 1 heart. All that dance moves paid off.
Pretty risky fight.
All 4 players have finished in a respectable time, 140.31 for Kevin. I owe him a couple seconds, so we'll just call it 140.28. Final times, there they are. I'm gonna go pull them in here. Hey guys, nice race.
Hey.
Sorry about the hook shot.
Yeah. And the fire rod, that too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I was really upset that you missed the fire rod because I was worried it would cost you the race. It ended up being hook shot, which I didn't notice that you missed. I'm glad you found fire rod, and then I realized, oh no, they missed hook shot too somehow. Oh no, what happened?
I can't wait to see your reaction to me just diving, fake flippering into ice, which is a pendant dungeon, when I didn't have everything to complete it.
Well, we didn't even realize until you got to the boss and like, oh no, no hammer. that's right.
Yeah. We saw you doing that with okay, maybe they might be trying to find something in there, but nope.
Yeah, honestly, I completely forgot that the hammer was even required for ice.
There was a point where you were warping away, looking at the map for a couple seconds, trying to figure out where to go, while standing in the library.
Yeah, that part kind of killed us.
That was my fault.
Yeah, and then I was like, the library, and then we both just
completely skipped the library.
Yeah.
You only lost by about 12 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that, and I think that's why. Like, that really cost you a lot of time.
The, not having to do T-Rock twice was pretty good, because we thought the lamp was in T-Rock.
Oh, it was in Blind's chest and the hammer chest, which the red team had and you didn't. That's another thing that cost you time. Like, the hook shot really hurt you more than
you know. In Thieves Town, yeah, because we didn't have that hammer when I
did the dungeon and finished it.
Yeah, so they had lamp for pretty much everything.
Yeah, they did.
We thought it was going to be an ice. We completely forgot that we didn't check that chest.
Pretty confusing seed, but it was made more confusing when you missed a thing that they expected you to have. That really hurt in a million ways. The lamp, the hammer, all of that hidden behind the hook shot, which was optional, except for those things.
Yeah. Well, that was actually the first time I actually did Meyer Lampless, so at least I practiced my Lampless strats.
Nice work.
Same with Eastern.
Yeah, you took a couple deaths too, but I don't really feel like that's why you lost. Like, the other team did too. And you guys had really good Mothra kills with like 1 heart each. Finishing that boss.
Yeah. Never even found the book or the... Oh yeah, flippers were in... Yeah.
Yeah,
flippers
that's a
were
good
in
thing.
Tower.
Didn't find the flipper before.
Yeah.
Where the book was.
But yeah, thanks for hosting the race. It was fun.
Thanks for playing. See you guys around again sometime. If not this, then something else. I host a show on Sunday. If you're interested in playing on that, it's a retro show.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Arcade pits.
Yeah.
See us.
I'll send you links later on. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have any other race tonight. I think the other one was maybe canceled. Let me see. It was supposed to be... Well, Problems' race is probably wrapping up right now. I think they did start. This one was supposed to be number 30. Yeah, I don't think they're going today. Flaming Rocks group versus Blade Wolf, and yeah, it looks like they're not doing it. So I think I'll probably be back in an hour with my own thing. Boring, right? Alright, I'll see you later, folks. Stop on by for that if you want to. I'm not sure what it'll be. Maybe Legend of Legaia. Maybe
boy.
Brute Force on the Xbox. How about that? Those are good games, right?
Sure, why not?
Thanks for coming. Take it easy. I'm gonna find somebody to host. We have quite a few more races in store. Alucard 2004 is helping me host some. He's also racing, but on the side he is hosting a few of his own of these matches for me, and there are some that are running straight through SRL, not being broadcast at all. You can catch them live if you happen to catch them live. They're just running on their own time. Part of the problem with this tournament is scheduling 4 people in the Americas and in Europe at the same time all the way through. Like, it's really hard sometimes, so I've encouraged people who have trouble scheduling with times that I can host it to just do it on their own. I have quite a few matches, so if you're missing matches and that's why, I'm sorry, that's the way it's gonna be. That's just the way it's gonna be. There's just too many, and it's really hard to schedule some of them. Anyway, take it easy, folks.
Peace.